Hey everybody, welcome back to Tazumi Woods. Today we're going to be hiking along the Lake Russell Loop Trail, which is part of the Chattahoochee-Oconee National Forest. Stick around, we're going to share everything you need to know, like the trail stats, some history, how to navigate a few tricky parts, and why this loop deserves a spot on your hiking list. Oh, and there's also a fun little creek crossing in the dark to end. Let's go hiking. All right, this trail and how it got its name is pretty self-explanatory. It is a 4.6 mile or 7.4 kilometer loop around Lake Russell. It is a perfect half-day hike for anyone looking to enjoy some peace and quiet near a beautiful lake.
Oh, that's hilarious. I just lost a hiking pole. One moment. All right, the hiking pole has been rescued. I wish I'd been filming it to see it fly out of my backpack. As soon as you round the corner from the parking lot trailhead, you can see it. There's Lake Russell, and it is looking beautiful for an afternoon hike. Wow. Okay, this is already feeling like a good hike. See lots of green, see lots of water. So if you're wondering what is hiking in winter in North Georgia like, it's like 62 degrees Fahrenheit. I will put what that is in Celsius on the screen, but this is t-shirt weather, light hoodie weather. This is why it's called the Lake Loop Trail. Shortly after the trailhead, you could choose to go left or you can choose to go right. As we've done before, we're gonna choose left because we are both left-handed. Here we go. Got a little bit of a Jurassic Park feel. A little bit of like a coastal pine forest feel, which is weird. You don't get that a lot in North Georgia. I hope I'm on the right path. I just kind of make it up where I'm going at this point, but we'll figure it out. This looks like right-ish. Alright, we found some ancient ruins. There used to be some kind of bridge or path right here, but there is not anymore. But that's cool. Alright, y'all, I go get lost so you don't have to. So don't follow whatever I just did. So if you're wondering, how did we get so far off the trail? We're using all trails actually, and it says to get over there. So we're gonna cross here, I think. We're gonna go there, we're gonna go there, go there. Okay, yeah, I got it. Creek cross. Haha. Now we go along the road for an unknown amount of time, which I'm not a huge fan of, honestly. It's points off for any trail you have to go along the road for. Some exceptions, but in this case, you know, just a little extra over here would have been nice.
All right, we're going to fast forward the on the road part and do a little history. Lake Russell is part of the Civilian Conservation Corps projects. It's a 100-acre reservoir, popular for boating, fishing, and swimming in the summertime. And it's just a short jaunt, and you're back on the track.
And after walking down the road for, I don't know, quarter of a mile, eighth of a mile, it just dips back down. So we're back on the path. Here we go. Whoa, almost fell. Never seen that in one of my videos. Oh, this is cool.
Beautiful, relaxing, peaceful. Those are some of the words I would use for this first half of the hike. And it's not far from the trailhead, and all of a sudden you're at a beach, which is a very unique experience on a hiking trail, to have a public beach, and not just a public beach, but there's also a water fountain, a working water fountain. So really cool to have a public beach and a water fountain along this trail. And the entire time you have nothing but beautiful lake views all around the trail.
So this trail Not like super well maintained. It's not like overgrown, you can't walk it, but doesn't seem like it gets walked a ton. At least this section doesn't.
All right, let's head to the beach and check this out. This is wild, right? Not many trails have their own big, giant beach where you can swim and enjoy your time outdoors. It's pretty cool, right? And there's also working water fountains at the beach area, which is another cool thing to have on a 4-mile hike.
And after walking past the beach and all the fire pits, it looks like you just keep heading on. Oh, there's some wild squirrels. Watch out, everybody. We're back on the lake loop. Sporadically, not enough to depend on. You'll see these sort of blue blazes. Depend on the lake. That's what we're looping around, so let's depend on the lake. Because, as mentioned earlier, this trail is not super well maintained. It's still fun. I'm enjoying myself. This trail is definitely different, a little more, I don't know, park service-y recreation area compared to, say, the Nancytown Falls trail that is here or the rhododendron trail that's here. Those are both a little more wild than this. Still really nice though. I wonder if they have any snacks that they would share with me. I like snacks. I have some snacks actually.
As it gets fall, we always say, like when you hit February 1st, it's the halfway point between winter and spring solstice. Winter solstice and spring equinox. So things start waking up. This is the day that you plant your seeds. Get them ready to plant in the ground.
Okay, this is no joke. This is real springy. Oh, you can hear it. So weird. This is gonna sound weird, but now that we're on the west side of the lake, it feels like there's an age difference. Like that feels younger, more hurried and developed. This automatically just feels more wild and natural and just, I don't know, just feels more like a woods hike over here. And it was like noticeable almost instantly once we got past the campsites.
Before we get to the beaver pond, check out this staircase that was built in 1979. How many hikers do you think have used this staircase?
I can see a ripple over there. A beaver was sighted earlier when we weren't filming. Pretty far from the lake at this point, but we're still on the right trail. There's been plenty of signs and the occasional very faint, as if from another civilization, these blue markers. We're pretty far from the lake, but it's been really beautiful. Everything around the lake was really beautiful, and after the lake has been really beautiful. Whoa. Watch your step. This is starting to remind me of some Burnt Mountain type stuff. We head up on some steep ridge lines. Whew. I love these little handmade wooden signs. Trail continues across the paved road. Lake Russell. Leave it better. Thank you, whoever put this up. What's really funny is I don't really see any kind of trail. We're looking for that blue blaze. So you can see this sign is across from the sign we just showed you. So keep heading this way. All right, you're gonna come across a big old bar in the road. Keep going. Sometimes when you're hiking, you just gotta follow your heart. According to all trails, we are tracking. So if we end up having to camp in the forest and split one chocolate mint protein bar and one s'mores protein bar, it's a s'mores like granola bar. So if we end up having to spend the night in the woods, it's only that to eat. Thank you, all trails. So this actually marks the halfway point. We'll call that metal post back there the halfway point, the one that crosses the road. All right, here you can see some more signage. So again, follow the lake. Don't really worry about the signs as much as the lake. Follow the lake. But it's Blue Blaze, Lake Russell, Lake Loop Trail. See? Right here. Lake Russell, Loop Trail. That's what I said, right? Not what I said. Loopity, loopity, lakety, lakety, loop lake trail. This is a great sunset hike, though. Even though it's 60 degrees in January, it's still been a great sunset hike. It's an actual watercolor. Okay, I have never crossed something like this one hiking, but wow. Okay. Okay, we can do this. This was not in the brochure. Definitely not in the brochure. What in the world? Now, I'm sure the first question you might have, is it slippery? Honestly, surprisingly not for what it looks like. I feel very comfortable walking down towards the edge. Again, don't ever do anything I do in my videos. Ever. And once again, we're headed away from the lake. A little confusing because the blaze is now yellow-orange, gold, yellow, we'll call it yellow. It was faded blue earlier. Yeah, we're going away from the lake. I don't film a lot backwards. I feel like this is gonna be terrible looking. Oh, beautiful sunset hike. Got some smoke on the water in the distance from somebody's campfire. And it is just, again, there's so much green moss, green ferns, green grass, green mountain laurel. There's so much green for January. Crazy. The trail just like completely changed. There's like one thing over here with the pine trees. And then, boom. Presto changeo, different trail. Should you do this hike at sunset? Absolutely. The lake is like a reflective glass. It is a Bob Ross painting. In real life, you definitely want to do this hike at sunrise or sunset.
Like you just saw on the screen, we did arrive a little late and had to do some of this hike in the dark. I always have a backpack that has a flashlight, snacks, and water, so I always hike prepared for such eventualities. So do plan ahead, do be safe, and make sure you try to time it correctly with the sunset.
Do make note that the blazes change. Not sure why. Still have a mile to go. It's getting pretty dark. I do have a light if need be. So if there's less footage, it's because it gets dark. We got about a mile left.
As it gets dark, I was able to get less and less usable footage, but stick around because at the end you'll get to see me cross a creek that's fairly wide and about ankle deep in the dark. Successfully, might add. Successfully.
There it is, the last little bit of sun. And if you can look off in the distance, that's where we walked along the road earlier. And then over there is where we had to do the creek crossing, way off in the distance. Shouldn't be too much further. This is about where we walked down the road. So just on the other side of the lake, thus completing the lake loop trail. Again, path is really well marked, easy to follow. You can see where it's at. Even if I didn't have this light, it'd be reasonably easy to follow. It's hard to see it, but I can hear the falls where we sort of started from earlier, like a little side quest. Somewhere over there, I can hear it. All right, after a super sketchy hike, here we go. Let's see if we can pull this off.
Thanks again for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoy watching me successfully cross this creek in the dark without falling in. We look forward to seeing everyone out in the woods. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I definitely approve of the Lake Russell Loop Trail. Great fun, good hike, nice distance. Get out there and enjoy it. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.